We have some major activity happening today, folks. Listen to this. This article is titled, As BIS, Bank for International Settlements, mulls shutting down Enbridge. Shutting down Enbridge. Now, I wonder why they would do that. Wait a minute. This wouldn't be why all of these central bank representatives are saying the private sector should lead the way. This wouldn't have anything to do with the fact that the public outcry against CBDCs has been massive. The pushback has been massive. Wait a minute. This wouldn't have anything to do with some of that localized testing that they did being rejected to the point where some locales had to force their way. They had to strip the cash from the people. They did this. I reported on it. Took the cash from the people, tried to force them to use CBDCs. It didn't work. That's not working. Would have anything to do with that, would it? Which then would mean what? Wait, we're going to get into the article. There's more. Oh, a lot is happening today. A lot. Wait until chapters 2 and 3. All of this is going to tie together. What happens if the private sector is dominant? The fintechs are dominant. DLTs, Ripple, Quant, Flare, Solana, Chainlink, Algorand, etc. What happens to the prices of those particular native tokens if we become the major mover? Let me read this. Wait a minute. It's getting hot out here, folks. The future of the Swiss-based Bank for International Settlements involvement in Enbridge was cast into doubt on October 28th. So this is recent, very, very recent, following a report from Bloomberg, so it's reputable, that not anybody from the middle or the bottom, top bank officials and financial executives discussed the possibility of shutting down Enbridge during a meeting in Washington. First of all, they know they don't need Enbridge. Listen, it will always be behind the new financial system. Then if you look at BIS's connections, they are heavily connected to Ripple, heavily connected to Stellar, heavily connected to R3. There's a few of them. There's a few bank coins that have been working with the BIS, heavily connected to Quant. All that work they've been doing in England. Yeah, look into that. So they don't really need their Enbridges and their main CBDC projects. They can just link that. Whatever they have that's remaining, if they really wanted to, they can keep their WCBDCs, of course. And if they want a retail aspect, they can just run everything through the private sector like they do everything else. This is nothing new. There's nothing. It could always have been that way. Why is this happening? They claim. Of course, we know that they're behind technologically speaking. They'll never catch us. They'll never be superior to us, and they can't compete against us. Like the papers that came out of China showed. Their intermediaries don't even want to push these systems. Why? They don't make any money. They don't make any money, folks. Why would you push a system where before you were making a ton of money? Now they're asking you to do something basically for free. You want to cut your pay by 85 to 90%? What? Listen, I can't even blame or be upset with the intermediaries at all at any point. They're doing us a favor, but yeah, to lose that much, take that big of a pay cut. Why? But that's what those papers expose. You remember that. Now, wait a minute. What's going on here? Fragmentation. You see, even though the West tries to downplay BRICS nations, what they're saying in this article is that because of BRICS nation activity, the West, US and Europe does not want a system to become dominant that is led by BRICS nation members. Namely, I think China, they spoke about a lot in here. They're talking about China, Thailand, and UAE. They do not want them leading that type of system. And the BIS, has heavy. They try to stay neutral the best that they can, but they're heavily Western biased, of course. So Western leaders don't want that. So now they have to consider shutting down Project Enbridge. But here's the thing. If they shut down Project Enbridge, BIS is involved in a lot of projects. If you shut down Project Enbridge, how many more projects do you shut down? And then if they shut down, I'm just playing with these ideas here. No guarantees. I'm just playing with ideas. If they shut down a multitude of projects, what's stopping the bank coins? What's stopping the new financial system from just global domination. The world is going to need digital systems. Everything else is going digital. The local digital currencies are already sweeping the world. Did you see the updates the other day about local digital currencies? I told you, they talked a little bit about the common BRICS currency. And I said, what? I said, wait a minute. There's a reason they went with the local digital currencies first. It allows every jurisdiction to maintain their power and customization. Then what happened? The other day, articles came out about how heavy the push is for local digital currencies. Right. And we haven't heard a whole lot about the common currency. Don't get me wrong, that will be in the background, but that's not going to be as pushed as a local digital currency. There's too much to grab off the table with a local digital currency, just too much. But it says here, wait. Enbridge detractors are worried about geopolitical risk the project poses. Policymakers in the U.S. and Europe, in case you thought I was just talking, no, I wasn't. Listen to this. In the U.S. and Europe have warned against having an international financial system underpinned by China-developed technology, which by them saying that is very, very deceptive. A lot of what the BIS has done with a lot of these different countries, doesn't matter, they work with a multitude of countries. We all know that. But a lot of that came from Ripple, Stellar, R3. There's a whole host of new financial system companies. A lot of them I don't even cover that put into that pot. This is not just, sure, China had a little bit to do with it, but not as much as the private sector. But they can't say that because they have to, by them just saying it this way, it justifies to a lot of people who, very superficial in their understanding. They're just like, China, I don't want them being in charge. I want the West to be in charge. They provoke such emotional thought. So that's why they're going to phrase it this way. It's very strategic, very, very deceptive. Wow. So we're going to have to watch if they shut this down or not. And if they shut Enbridge down, then why would they not shut down more projects that are exactly like this? Exactly like this, right? Which then means there's more fragmentation, which means then there's going to be the necessity for more interoperability, which means we can grab more power, more value, and be more important, which equals more value and, obviously explosion in prices to any native coin that might be involved. Once again, remember, the Bitcoin companies still have to do their job. They've been doing a good job so far, but they're still going to have to actuate on all of this. They still have to deliver, right? So there's no guarantees in anything, but this is opening the door. This is open. I'll say I called it. I won't bring you into this. I usually say we called it. I called it. A lot of the missing piece is a lot of the pushback and backlash from the people. A lot of individuals like to downplay the power of the people, but the people are very important. Very important. Wait, someone out there may have just said, well, Vic, maybe it's just what they said. They don't want to be led by China. It's not about the people. Wait, what's this here? I'm going to provide evidence. Wait, what is this? What is this here? What do we have here? Bank of England is assuring its people that the digital currency that they've been going hard in the paint with Quant, let me put that in there. They've been working with Quant, that the digital currency won't supplant cash in the UK. Supplant, get rid of, delete. Yeah, you won't have to just use digital. No, we're going to keep the cash. Why? At first, they weren't talking like this because the people have rebelled against the digital currency and there's been massive backlash. I'm telling you. The people changed a lot. I'm telling you, they've been rising for some reason. The energy's been changing. Well, you may say that's just England Mick. They don't represent the whole world. I could pull up articles from everywhere, really, if I really wanted to. But wait. What's this? Let's go across the pond. All of this coming out at the same time, by the way. Do you believe that's a coincidence? Because I don't believe in coincidences. Coincidence is but cause and effect unrecognized, folks. Wait, what's this article here? Canadians wary of adopting digital dollar. Bank of Canada fines. Oh, Canadian is much more direct. See how they just came out and said it? We don't want a dollar. We don't want a digital dollar. No. They're being direct with what they feel. The Bank of Canada's research revealed mixed views on a digital Canadian dollar and highlighted Canadians' enduring trust in cash and card payments. Wait a minute. So articles around the same time coming from two completely different companies, because one of them was payments.com reporting on Bank of England and them trying to assure everybody we're going to keep cash. Don't worry. We're not going to go completely digital and digitally dominate you. Either way, we're going to take that bank money. Either way, if we dominate outright and we end up doing much more on our own as the new financial system than the banks and take a huge swath of their business, that would be unbelievable for the price of these assets. That's why this is important to pay attention. How much are they pulling back? The more they pull back, the more we step in. And everybody makes money. Intermediaries make money. Banks make money. The holders of the native tokens make money. The money ought to be made all around if that happens. So we got to, we're adjustable here. We're looking at moving active variables. But yes, this is what they're saying. The Bank of Canada is telling you, the people are pushing back and they don't want that backlash. Why? Because in the end, what is the end goal here? The end goal here is just to deploy the digital system. Right now, the banks are looking at all that value and power to grab, and they're saying we don't really care how these systems get deployed, whether it's through us or the new financial system, the fintechs, we don't care. Governments are saying the same thing. This is why you're seeing this verbiage come out. In the end, they just want these systems deployed, because here's what the people don't get. Whether, I know how they're going to flip this, but whether it's the legacy system, issuing the DLTs, or the new financial system dominating and issuing the DLTs, and whichever one is the face of it, it will not matter. They feel like they're going to profit from it nonetheless. And for the most part, they're correct. Their hands are in both of the cookie jars. Just how it is. So then it says here, Canadian consumers show skepticism toward the widespread early adoption of the Bank of Canada's concept of a digital dollar. The Canadian Central Bank conducted research to identify consumer changes in preferences for payments, aimed at preparing for the development of an in-house central bank digital currency. Well, you got to separate them, because there's WCBDC. They're going to go forward with that. All of them are going to go forward with the WCBDC and keep that quiet. The regular people don't even know about wholesale CBDC. But what they're talking about here primarily is retail CBDCs. That's what they're talking about. The BOC's research, which is why I believe that at first Ripple was all about interbank payments, WCBDC. And then they say, you know what? We're going to put out a retail aspect of our CBDC platform, because there's going to be a lot of money to scrape up when it comes to retail. Retail is in play heavily. Trillions of dollars are in play, more and more, because of the situation of the commercial banks wanting their own customized systems that will be linked to, possibly if the central banks continue to go forward, will be linked to their systems that allow the commercial banks to maintain their power. That is a lot of flow. That's a lot of value. That's a lot of explosion in price, if it actually plays out that way. Not financial advice, of course. The BOC's research paper released on October 28th reaffirmed Canadians' longstanding affinity toward traditional fiat-based payment systems, despite growing support for a digital Canadian dollar. First of all, that's very deceptive, and they're oversimplified. There's an oversimplification here. A lot of people want to maintain cash because, first of all, they don't know the value and the freedom that comes with having precious metals. That's number one. But number two, in place of precious metals holding value, cash is something that they have control over and keeps them somewhat independent, keeps them somewhat free from systems if they really wanted to be. You can go to a store and pay cash to that store. Then that store, if they wanted to take that cash and buy something from someone else directly, that person then can come back to you when you run that small business. You were the original purchaser from the original store with that same physical fiat currency, and they could come back to you and purchase something from you. So all of you had no interaction with a governmental or a large company at all if you didn't want to, and yet that cash made its way all the way around all of you in agreement of its particular value for whatever services were rendered or products were rendered. People like that. There's a freedom in that. And so that's why a lot of people hold firm to fiat currency. If they were still dealing in gold bars and gold nuggets, silver bars and silver nuggets, it would be the same. But the physicality of it, the ownership of it, I mean, I don't know what more way I could put it, but you get what I'm trying to say. So now let's move on here to this article. All right. So we have this little article. Here's a little fun article. This fun article is titled XRP price prediction. How high can XRP price go with a $10 trillion market cap? I know is unfathomable to even think such a thing, but we're going to play with the idea anyway. Why not? Right? We fear nothing. Why not? It says here, it is likely that XRP could hit $1 and go beyond this key psychological level in this bull run. However, reaching this all-time high of $3.10 $3.10 or a $10 trillion market cap seems highly unlikely for various reasons. I don't know why this information has to come via negativa. Like there's always this establishing of the negative before you just say what you're going to say. You wrote the article to tell us about $10 trillion. Just tell us. You don't have to precede what you're going to say with a negativity and appease others who do not believe in this. You're writing an article about it. Let's just hear what you have to say about $10 trillion. All right. So now, for the sake of argument, let's assume that Ripple hits $10 trillion and explore how high the value of XRP could go then. You know what it is? It's like a lot of people are afraid just to speak their mind because they don't want to be castigated. They don't want to be ostracized. You got to shake that off. If you're going to live, this life is not that long. It's short. Stop worrying about what other people think about you. Just be yourself. That's how you're going to be the best that you could be. That's how you're going to be unique. That's how you're going to stand out. That's how you're going to shine the most. Be yourself. Stop worrying about what other people think. Those other people are highly suppressed if they're going to be coming against you just for a thought. Anyway, so it says here, let's assume $10 trillion market capitalization with a theoretical total supply of 100 billion. This would mean that XRP would be worth $100. On the other hand, if the market cap were to hit $10 trillion tomorrow, it would put the XRP price at $176. See, that was real easy, wasn't it? And those are beautiful, beautiful prices. All right. So now we're going to move on here. You know what it is? People have to realize that people who are overly critical of you or negative of you, those same people are not going to pay your bills. Those same people are not going to help you if you get sick. Those same people are not going to come bury you when it's time for you to lay that body to rest. They're not going to do any of that. So what does it matter? Just keep walking forward. Keep shining. Do what you need to do. Be unique. Be yourself. All right, we have no time to waste. Yes, memento vivere, but memento mori. There's a balance. Remember both. So now, we got some good news right here. Yes, we do. How Chinese traders will help drive gold to $3,000 plus. This is coming from kitco.com. I already like the sound of this because I love gold. I don't like gold. I love gold. Just my humble opinion. That's just how I feel, bub. In my debut Substack article on September 6th, I theorized that Chinese futures traders would return from their summer hiatus with renewed vigor to drive gold prices sharply higher once again in an encore of their spring performance. When they pushed prices up by $400 or 23% in just 6 weeks. When I wrote that article, gold was trading at $2,497 an ounce. Today, it stands at $2,738 beautiful dollars an ounce. I'm now providing an update because the trend I anticipated is unfolding as expected, and I believe the most thrilling explosive phase is still to come. Now, this person is being much more elaborative than I have been. I just keep it simple. I think gold is going up. Just keep it simple, folks. The Shanghai Futures Exchange gold futures were the primary vehicle behind the gold frenzy in March and April, a surge that subsequently spilled over into international gold prices. A fascinating Financial Times article from that time titled, quote, Chinese speculators supercharged gold rally highlighted how trading volume in SHFE gold futures had surged by 400% 100% propelling gold prices to record highs. The spring, I don't know why I said it like that. The spring Chinese gold trading frenzy can also be seen in the chart of a long open interest in SHFE gold futures. Following the Chinese-driven gold frenzy in the spring, it was as if a switch had flipped off April 15th, leading SHFE gold futures to trade sideways for 5 months. Well, there's a lot I could say about that. I feel like there's reasons that were very apparent. If you listen to the verbiage that was coming out of China around that time, I think it's pretty apparent what occurred. But bottom line is this. Gold, they're saying gold looks very bullish in China in a multitude of ways, is going to keep gold bullish and could pass $3,000. What do you think? You think that that's possible? Now, let's go here. Wait a minute. I have some silver news also. I'm not sure how long the video is right now. I'm trying not to go too long with the video. Should we end off with silver today? Yeah, let's do silver. I did a little bit of gold. That was another gold article. Let's do a little silver, okay? I have a lot of people on the channel love silver. I love silver also. So, silver price today. Silver falls according to FX Street data. Silver prices fell on Monday. According to FX Street data, silver trades at $33.35 troy ounce, down 1.05% from the 33.70 it cost. Why did I say it like that? $33.70 it cost on Friday. Silver prices have increased 40.13% since the beginning of the year. The gold-silver ratio, which shows the number of ounces of silver needed to equal the value of 1 gold ounce. 1 ounce of gold stood at 81.87 on Monday, up from 81.53 on Friday. Hey, that was a short article. What are you doing here? Show FX Street, show silver some love. Come on. Can I hear about mining? And we had an article the other day about military use of silver. Oh, I probably should have saved that from the members only section. Look that up. Military use of silver. Yeah, that was a good article right there. Not sure if I covered it or not. I can't keep up with everything that I cover. I do so many things. So my apologies. Now, Bitcoin. Oh, I almost forgot the Bitcoin news. How long is this video? I don't even know. The time is all messed up here. I have all the segments separated, so I don't know how much they add up to right now. Now, here we go. Bitcoin news. Bitcoin headed for perfect storm to new all-time high. This is coming from Bitfinex. Bitfinex analysts say Bitcoin could reach an all-time high after the U.S. election, with market conditions forming a, quote, perfect storm for a price push. Will this be it? Will this be the big one, the big explosion? I don't know. I'll take it if it is. I'll take it sooner rather than later. I'm telling you that right now. So it says here, it go into a little bit of election stuff. Bitfinex analysts said that despite Bitcoin seeing outsized volatility from geopolitical unrest in the Middle East and other macroeconomic issues in the U.S., the anticipation of certain political things happening is keeping it bullish. At the time of publication, Bitcoin is changing hands for $71,086, up 4.9%. At current prices, Bitcoin is only a 3.4% move away from reclaiming its all-time high of $73,700, which it notched in March this year. Not sure what it's doing at this particular time. Obviously, these articles are written a little bit earlier. Explaining Bitcoin's recent strength, analysts noted an intensifying narrative. Okay, so I guess a lot of political individuals once again are continuing to say that they're all of a sudden everybody's bullish on Bitcoin and they love crypto. All of a sudden, we shall see. We shall see, I suppose. And from what I've been informed, because the interns definitely keep me informed, this is coming from all of the different various sides in politics. They all of a sudden, all of them love crypto. All of a sudden, right? They need those votes. Bitcoin's upward move, but we shall see. If they do something good, so be it. Bitcoin's upward move has come amid record open interest, reaching an all-time high of $41.7 billion on October 29th, reflecting a massive appetite for leveraged exposure to the asset per CoinGlass data. So now that you have that information, what are you going to do with it? I know what I'm going to do with it. So until next time, everybody, let's get to the money.